We were in the land of 1,000 hills, making our way to Chiluli, a village 2 hours north of the capital city of Rwanda. In our white van, we pull off the main road onto a bumpy, dusty road, and we continue another 5 miles. It was a Sunday afternoon, and as we pull into the village, we can see everyone just relaxing and hanging out. I can see people start to stare at us, at our van, not knowing who we are or what we're going to be doing. As we pull up to our house, I can see people start to walk over. They're curious, and within 5 minutes, there are about 50 people surrounding our van. At this point, we needed to unload all of our luggage and suitcases and all the amenities that we had brought to keep us comfortable for the 8 weeks we'll be in Rwanda. These people watching us didn't have much. They wore shirts imported from the US, and their sandals were falling apart. And here we were unloading our massive stuffed bags that were 50 pounds each with all the stuff that we had to keep us comfortable. I was embarrassed. I didn't want this to be the first impression that people had of me, of just my stuff, thinking that I was just another wealthy American here to help them, to save them. I wanted to fit in, and I wanted to integrate, and I wanted to become friends with these people. We were there to build a bridge, and the work was manually intensive. We were mixing cement and carrying rocks all day. We started at 7 a.m. and worked till 4 p.m., leaving 2 hours of sunlight until dark. I made sure to make the most of these 2 hours. I really wanted to get to know the people that I was working with and the people that I was living with. One day really stood out to me. I was really tired after a long day, and I went to the soccer field and just sat on the side, on the grass, watching the kids kick around a ball. I had my pocket dictionary with me, and I wanted to review some of the phrases that I had picked up over the last couple days. In the distance, I saw a little girl approaching me. She must have been only 10, but she greeted me with a big smile, and I greeted her. We went through the pocket dictionary, looking through the phrases in Kinyarwanda and English, and we traded off words, reading through each sentence. We spent the next 2 hours going through the entire pocket dictionary until it was dark. It was amazing being able to communicate with her. I truly felt like we were able to understand each other. I was laughing and smiling, and she had a huge grin on her face the whole time. And I just really felt excited. This little girl became my really good friend, and she went to the primary school that we passed every day walking to work. As I would pass, she would yell my name, and she would invite me to come jump rope with her and her friends. I would go over and play with them, throw balls, jump rope. I really felt included at this point. Another friend that I made was Eric. That wasn't his real name, but that's the name he told me to call him by. He worked on the bridge with me, and we would always joke around, and we would compete to see who could carry the biggest rocks, or who could move the most cement the quickest. Eric took me under his wing after a couple weeks, and I felt like he was truly my guide, and he helped me really integrate into the community. After work, Eric tried to make a little more money, so he would give people rides around the village on his bike. When we wanted to go explore, I asked him if I could ride the bike instead. I didn't want to be that white Mzungu riding on the back of the bike. We would ride around all through the hills and through the paths, and people would laugh and stare, and I really felt like I was doing something different, and I was really starting to become a part of this village. One of the craziest experiences with Eric was when I went up to visit his family. We hiked 2 miles up this steep hill to his house on the side of the mountain. He introduced me to his parents, his siblings, and his grandfather. They showed me all of their animals and the crops that they were growing, and they showed me how they live. When it was time to go, his dad came around and showed me the cow. He started talking to me, and I really couldn't understand, but Eric started to laugh. He pointed at his sister, and he pointed at the cow, and he was telling me that if I were to give them another cow, that I could marry his sister. We all started laughing, and at that point, I really felt like this was almost a second family for me. When it was time to go after the 8 weeks, it was a very similar situation. We all had to pack our bags back into this white van with the same driver that we had before. But at this point, it wasn't just 50 random people watching us. There were over 100 people that were there to say goodbye to us. Kids from the primary school, guys and girls from the secondary school that we had played basketball and soccer with, and people that we had worked with. Before I left, I made sure I had all their names on Facebook, for those are the ones who were on Facebook, so I can stay in touch with them. I knew that this would be goodbye for now, but I knew I would be back shortly. Instead of them just watch me pack the bags on my own, they actually helped me, and they helped me bring them to the car. I wasn't as embarrassed as I was before about all my stuff. I felt like they accepted me, and they truly thought of me as a friend. The bridge that we physically built was a success, but I felt like my proudest accomplishment was the bridge that was formed between my culture and the village of Cholula.